To most people, this looks like a bolt and nut. However, it is a Huck bolt and a Huck 360 nut. We wanted to develop a Huck fastener that has all the Huck attributes in terms of fatigue life, vibration resistance, and all the values of a traditional Huck fastener, but can be installed with commercial nut runners, can be installed with a wrench. And that's how the Huck 360 came about. That was the challenge, is how can we get into those areas where the customer says, I'd really like to get a Huck fastener in this particular application. However, every 2 months I've got to take this particular joint apart and service it for whatever reason. We wanted to develop a fastener for that fellow that could say, yes, you can install a Huck fastener and you're going to be able to back that nut off and reinstall it if you had to, with full confidence that you've installed a Huck fastener in that particular joint.
We wanted to see if we could get the same vibration resistance with a thread as we can with a swaged in-place collar. And the way we did it is we've got this pre-tapped nut is made of the same material as our lock bolt collars. And when it's tightened, like the last half turn, when it's tightened up, the softer nut material, the threads, they wrap around the crest of the bolt thread.
The crest of the bolt thread is embedded into the nut and it makes its own profile in the nut. And what makes things vibration resistant is when you have an installation and you have some kind of a transverse vibration load where the nut's trying to move perpendicular to the axis of the bolt. If it can do that, it can unscrew itself. Well, if there is a solid metal contact on the top and on the bottom of the bolt, the nut can't move relative to the bolt, so it can't come loose in vibration.
So you've got the high fatigue strength of our lock bolts, you've got the vibration resistance. They're installed with standard tools. You can get into tight spots. If you can install a nut and bolt, you can fit the Huck 360 in there. Standard off-the-shelf tools.
If you're using a lock nut of some type, you have prevailing torque, and it's very difficult to torque that on. Whereas this fastener is free spinning. We had one particular customer where it took about 20 seconds to install a fastener. You can install ours in 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to install a fastener because of the free spinning aspect of it.
I don't have to run my impact wrench on it. I can free spin it up and then tighten it that last turn or two, and that's all I have to do, and that really speeds up the production.
We've seen customers make really nice improvements to their equipment uptime by changing out standard high strength bolts and putting in the Huck 360.